Hello there, my name is Beth Gaff and I'm the Media Literacy Coordinator here at the Peabody Public Library. And first off, I want to let you know that this class is geared to go at your pace, which means that you can stop this, go away from this, come back to this at any time. Also want to let you know that if you're a part of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program, that you want to be listening for your secret code that is inside of this class. Get me that code and I will get you off to some prizes. If you are not a part of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program, just get in contact with me by either stopping by, emailing, or calling me, and I will get you all set up with that. We are going to be talking about some social media today and some social media basics. So if you have any more questions after you take this class, please feel free to call me. I do offer free one-on-one appointments here at the library, so we could sit down and go over whatever questions you might have in regards to social media. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to Social Media Basics. Really, what is social media? Social media is websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. And people use social media to do some of the following things. We would use social media to communicate with our friends, our family, our organizations, or anything around the world, really. You can also send instant messages, you can find friends, you can join online groups, and you can share, whether that be photos, videos, opinions, articles, stories, web information, and more. Social media has just taken off like no other. You probably, if you have children or you have grandchildren or small nieces and nephews, you've probably seen them on their devices doing the social media thing, which is typically your Facebook or your Twitter or your Google Plus or your LinkedIn or any of those kind of things. And we are actually going to be looking at some of these social media sites in this class today. But if you ever have any questions about what social media is and how you can find out your way of participating in it, you can always go to your search engine, whichever you like using the most, whether that be Google or Yahoo or Bing or Ask, and just type in what is social media. And you're going to get tons of hits on what exactly social media is and how it can benefit you. So these are some terms that you may have heard or you may be hearing when it comes to the class today. So of course we've already talked about social media, and now you've got your social networks. And you may have heard the term social media, social networks, social networking websites, social networking sites, and online communities, and wondered what the difference are, if any. They're actually synonyms that refer to the same kind of websites. And we'll actually be using some of these interchangeable things inside of this class today. So as far as what these terms mean and what the differences are, there really aren't any differences. It's just the way that people want to tell you about social media. Social networks and social networking websites, as well as social networking sites, all of them are a form of social media, as well as your online communities. So again, if you have any questions about this, feel free to call me, or you can just go into your Google search engine and just type in what are the differences in these various topics, and more than likely it's just going to come up and tell you that they're all pretty much the same thing. But I wanted you to understand what the different terms could be and how people are using them. It really wouldn't be a very fun class if we didn't have some statistics in here about social media networking. This all came from the Pew Research Center, and this is talking about who is actually using those social networking sites. And we can see that all the internet users on a 74th percentile, and how they are arranged. So we can see that men and women are typically about the same using this, as well as some of your age groups. Your 18 to 29 and your 30 to 49s are pretty close in range, whereas your 50 to 64 are a little bit lower, and 65 plus are just a little bit lower than that. And usually that's just because of change, and people don't adjust well to change, and they don't like the way that the new systems are working. So that's where I come into play, and I'm able to help those people that may not be able to understand it the best that they can. So that's how I come into play to help. And then it goes into some colleges and how, you know, the high school graduates that are using it, the people that are just some college, and then of course the ones that have degrees. And then it even goes into costs and how much money people have versus, you know, for the social media aspect. But I thought this was a really nice social media network fact that you could use through the Pew Research Center. Flipping gears a little bit as far as social networking goes on cell phones through the Pew Research Center, kind of shows you the social networking on mobile telephones and who is using them and so forth and so on. So we can see that all cell phone owners is indicated by an N, which equals 1,954, which makes up 40% of the population of people that did this particular survey. So they've broken that down into the same kind of statistics that we saw earlier by men, women, age. Now they've added in race and ethnicity, and then of course your educational level and your annual household income for those people that are users. So it's a very, very interesting fact about the cell phone use on social networking and the social media sites and how people are using them. So I just wanted you to see some of the statistics that surround social networking and social media. Here's the last statistic I want to show you from the Pew Research Center of why Americans are actually using social media. So what is the motivation for using social media sites? So we can tell by this graph here that the most common would be staying in touch with friends, with current friends. The next one, of course, is going to be staying in touch with your family, connecting with old friends that you've lost touch with. Then it goes on to connecting with others that shared maybe the same hobbies or interests that you have. Maybe you've made some new friends and you want to stay in connection with them. Maybe you just like reading the comments by celebrities, athletes, or politicians, or finding potential romantic or dating partners. So we can see here, this is based on adults who use social networking sites such as Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, and or Twitter. It's kind of nice to see why Americans are using it, and it looks like primarily people are using it just to stay in contact with family and friends that they may not get to see all that much. I know, you're saying, okay, enough with the statistics. Let's get to the point. Why should I use social media, and how do I use it? So it's a global phenomenon. Social networking is the most popular online activity worldwide. By the end of 2011, across the world, social networking accounted for 19% of all time spent online, or nearly 1 in every 5 minutes was spent on a social networking site. So you can just tell by that statistic alone that the global phenomenon is just unbelievable. Nearly everyone in the U.S. is participating. 98% of internet users spend time on social networks, whereas 95% of adults 55 plus have engaged in social media. So everybody's using it. Everybody. The children are using it. The grown-ups are using it. Everybody is using social media in one form or another. It may be the best or only way to keep in touch with some of the people that you know. So it's obviously the best way to keep in touch. In 2011, as 15 to 24-year-olds' use of IM messages and email fell, their average time spent on social networks jumped. So even though they're not using some of the features that go along with social media, like your instant messaging and your sharing, they're still using it. It's huge. It's a global phenomenon. Everybody is using it. So who can use it? Most social networking sites do not allow children under the age of 13 to sign up. Otherwise, they're typically free and open to anyone with an email address to join. When a website is new, or in what is known as a beta phase, the communities may be invite-only and will require being on a waiting list or knowing someone who is a member who can invite you to join. So this is all about the social networking and who can use it, and we can see that as long as parents are okay with it, pretty much any age group can use social media in one way or another. So how much information do I have to share about myself on social networks as far as sharing information? Though your date of birth, full name, email address, and gender may be required to sign up for a site, most online communities do not require you to share this information publicly. So for instance, if you're setting up your account with Facebook, yeah, it requires you to put the information in there, but you can actually go in and you can set it up where it's not showing it to anyone. Most social networks will allow you to use a nickname or an alias. So you don't have to necessarily be you if you don't want to be. You can change the name of yourself or whatever. Now, it does make that a little bit more difficult for those loved ones to find you. However, if you let them know ahead of time that, this is what my name is on Facebook, look for me here. Or, if you're sending me an Instagram, this is where you need to send it to, then you shouldn't have any issues. So this is why you should use social media and how you should use social media. Again, if you have any questions or need further assistance, just get in contact with me and I'd be more than happy to assist you. Throughout this class, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 social media sites, and I've got them listed there for you. The top 5 are Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Tumblr. And then, of course, you've got other popular social media sites like Google+, Goodreads, Instagram, Kik, and there's so many more. What users can do with these social media groups and must-know vocabulary is what we're going to be talking about with those top 5. So we're going to actually start off by looking at Facebook. So now we're going to talk about Facebook, and we're going to talk about the basic information. Facebook is the most popular social network in the United States and internationally. In October 2011, more than half of the world's internet users, 55%, engaged with Facebook. Around the world, approximately 3 in every 4 minutes spent on social networking sites were spent on Facebook, and about 1 in every 7 minutes spent online took place on Facebook. And this all came from It's a Social World, the ComScore. So we can see that Facebook, obviously, even since 2011, and we're in 2015 now, that it's just exploded and out of here. So what can Facebook users do? Well, they can find and add friends. So if you know some friends and family that you want to get in contact with, you can just type that right into your search. They can find and follow companies, entertainers, politicians. They can create rich profiles with information about their interests, job history, education, religion, politics, relationship status, location, past or present, and favorite music, movies, and companies. They can also create and share photo albums, event invitations, and basic blog posts. They can share videos, links to online articles, and more. Send instant messages and private messages, and post public messages or messages to friends only. They can play online games and use other online applications, or apps for short. Use privacy settings to control what information is shared with whom. You can check in to physical places online by mapping their location in a tag in a status update. You can also donate to charities. You can sign online petitions, create free pages for a company, business, or group, and you can find and join groups that you might be interested in. So there you go. That's the reason it's so important and the hype is so there, because look at all these things that you can do on Facebook that you probably didn't even know you could do. So if you want to know more information about Facebook and what it is and what you can do, again, you can just type it into a Google and look it up and search it a little bit. Or you can come meet with me and we can sit down together and talk about it. But social media is huge, and if you are not on Facebook at this point, you really should be, because I think you'd really have fun with it, and there's so many options available to you. Some Facebook vocabulary that you might want to get yourself familiar with once you get in there and you're starting to look around. A profile, this is where an individual member can share information about themselves, including their interests, job history, education, religion, politics, relationship, favorite music, movies, companies, and but often you don't change your profile on a regular basis, but you can update it anytime you'd like. Your wall and your timeline, this is where members' most recent updates are showcased, photos they've uploaded, events they've attended, friends they've added, and more. Timeline is a new Facebook feature and will most likely replace the wall. To see older activity on the wall, users had to scroll endlessly through recent posts. With Timeline, users can click the specific months and years to see Facebook activity from that time period. You've also got status, which most people use this space to update their friends on what is happening right now. They'll post photos, mention what they're doing, where they are, or who they're with, may even ask some questions. For example, they'll post things like homesick, stuck in traffic, at the park with the family, I love this new Brad Pitt movie, and just voted. These updates can be as short as 1 character or as lengthy as 1,000 characters. A page, this is how you refer to the accounts and brands and celebrities. Don't go referring to your personal profile as a page, and you better not get caught calling a company's page a profile. People will know you're a Facebook newbie if you confuse these two terms, so make sure you get that right. A comment is a reply to a status update or a note on a photograph. For example, if your loved one shared a photo you enjoy, you can click comment and write a message. Depending on your privacy settings, this may be visible to more than just your loved one, so you just want to be careful. Liking something, to click the thumbs up button below a recent update to indicate support or approval of the recent activity. Being able to share. This is if someone has posted a photo, website link, or status update that one of their friends likes. The friends can click share to then share it with their own Facebook friends. Likes. This is the section of your profile that shows off what entertainers, politicians, brands, and companies you like or endorse. When you want to follow a brand or an entertainer, you like their page. Checking in. Users can map their physical location at any given time by tagging their location in a status update. Being able to chat. Facebook has its own instant messaging service. Anyone you have added as a friend will have the ability to IM you or instant message you unless you sign out of chat. Poking. This is a fun way to let someone know that you're thinking about them without writing them a private message or commenting on their recent activity. The exact meaning of a poke is unknown, and there has been some speculations, but it's usually a light, harmless way to contact someone. Just a friendly, hey, how you doing? Notes, if you want to write a longer message for all your friends to see, the Notes application on Facebook will allow you to create and write basic blogs. Events, if you want to write a longer message for all your friends, snail mail invitations. Evites, no way. Facebook invitations are the way to go. Facebook invitations are an easy way to keep your Facebook friends informed of upcoming events. You can easily share information about the event, a description, directions, time and date, photos, and require invites to RSVP. Unfriending or defriending. This is when you, either by your choice or the other party's choice, a Facebook friendship ends. This is the act of removing or blocking a one-time Facebook friend. Now remember, the former friend will not be notified that this has happened. So be careful who you unfriend. App. These are online tools and games available through Facebook, often built by people and companies who do not work for Facebook, called third-party apps. Most are free, but some require giving the app permission to access your personal Facebook data. A life event is a new feature of Timeline. This is the way to let your friends know about important events that happen before you join Facebook, or events that you had otherwise not noted on Facebook, including a marriage, graduation, or promotion. Your activity log. This is an index of every action you have ever made on Facebook that is visible to your friends. It will show that you changed your Facebook photo, but not that you changed your Facebook password. It's complicated. This is a way to indicate an ambitious relationship status made popular by Facebook. And of course, a post is sharing with your friends and family items that are on your mind. This could just be a comment, picture, video, or article. So there you go. There is a lot of vocabulary terms that are associated with Facebook, just to kind of get yourself familiar with it. So if you have any questions, please get in contact with me. If not, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Facebook now. Alright, so we are going to take a look at Facebook now, and I have gotten myself onto my Google search engine. So in here, I'm going to go ahead and type in Facebook. And my first link here is Welcome to Facebook. So this is now going to redirect me to Facebook once it gets all loaded up here. And then from there I'm either going to be able to sign in, or I'm going to be able to create myself an account. Now, if I already have a login, then I can go ahead and log in. If not, then this is where I would go to go ahead and get myself signed up. And I'm just going to follow my first name, my last name, my, all of the information that they're asking of me. I do already have a Facebook account, so I'm going to go ahead and get myself logged in. So you can see, and hopefully there's hopefully there is nothing on here that that's going to embarrass either one of us. But here you can see this is Facebook all the way around. This is what's called your news feed, and that's the first thing that comes up when you log into Facebook. And this is just what all of your friends or whatever you've liked or what have you have posted. There is a way to block these notifications and not allow them to come through, but for the most part they're just going to always come through, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Up here is where I'm going to find my notifications. That's what this is here, and lets me know about anyone that's trying to get in contact with me. Maybe I want to send a message. That's where I would go to do that. Maybe I want to get add a friend or confirm a friend that's requested me to be their friend. Or maybe I want to take a look at my profile. So I could push on my name, and that takes me straight to my profile, which is, this is my timeline, and that's what they were talking about. Here I can check in on my status, I can do my life event, or I can add a photo or a video. It also gives me all of my information about me. Now I've chosen to let mine show, but you can go in and you can edit that information. We can actually go into timeline settings, and from here I can actually go in and start to personalize my Facebook page the way that I want it to be. If I don't want to be getting certain notifications in certain areas, then I might want to go in and change some of this information. Let's say that I'm trying to find a friend, so I can search Facebook up here in my search bar. And I'm just going to type in my dear friend Charlene here. And maybe we're already friends, but if we weren't, I could type into hers. This is her timeline. And I would be able to select her as a friend. Now I'm going to go back to my news feed, and that's what this is. These are all the groups that I've chosen to be involved in. And I've done that by just typing in whatever the group is. I run a site on Facebook called CC Bargains. You may or may not have heard of it. And from there I can actually go in and I can look for items that are for sale through CC Bargains. And this is actually anything that I've posted. But I can actually go into the actual site itself, and that's where this is. And I can take a look at all of the items that are for sale. Not all the groups are this way. They're all different, and the way that they're going to work. These are all my friends that may or may not be on Facebook right now. I've also got pages, any pages that I've liked, or my own page. I can also access my messages from here. As far as events go, I can actually create an event, and which I already have. We have a Spring Fling vendor mixer coming up in May, so I've created an event that allows me to invite all my friends and have them invite their friends, and so on, just to let the community know about it. So I can also go ahead and comment on my news feed. Now if I comment something on my news feed, then it's automatically going to put itself on my timeline. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. It is what it is. So let's say that there's some things I like. Let's say, I really like this post that she did, and I can just like it. That lets her know that I was kind of interested in what she had done. So this is a quick 4 minutes of Facebook, and the way that it looks once you get yourself set up, how you can get in there and change some of your settings, how you can manage your page, things along those lines. Again, I would have no problem sitting down with you and helping you create your own Facebook page. So I really hope that you got a lot out of learning a little bit about Facebook, and it's really exciting and fun. So go ahead and give it a try. Okay, so now we're going to talk about LinkedIn and some basic information about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the second most popular social network in the United States. LinkedIn is used for keeping track of and growing a professional network, finding and applying for jobs, posting and reviewing and viewing online resumes, giving and receiving recommendations, learning more about companies, tracking industry news and movies, and so much more. There are premium accounts for job seekers and recruiters, which give those who pay for the service more insights into the analytic LinkedIn about the applicants, job openings, and companies. So you're going to get more if you pay for the service, but they do have it where it's free and you can sign up. So LinkedIn users with free accounts can do the following. You can post your resume online. You can find and add professional contacts, find and follow companies to receive important updates about job openings, companies, and news. You can create and join online professional networking groups by industry, location, age, and educational background. Find and apply for jobs. Give and receive recommendations. Post public messages, status updates similar to Facebook or Twitter, but these are typically professional in nature. Send private messages, find out how many times their profile has been seen. They can post a digital profile, and they can ask for instructions to their contacts. So there you go. This is all about LinkedIn and what you can do with a free account. So let's actually take a look at what LinkedIn looks like. Okay, so now we're going to talk about LinkedIn, and I just went to my search engine and I typed in LinkedIn. I've gotten myself all signed up on an account, and you can just go in and follow the directions like it tells you to do to get yourself set up. And now I'm going to sign in, and I confirmed my email with them, so I should be good to go. And I'm going to put in my password. Okay, so we're going to skip this step because they're saying that they don't. So these may be some people that I know, so I want to make sure that I take a look to see if I know any of these people. And as of right now, it doesn't look like I do, so I'm going to skip this step. I am from the United States, and I'm going to put in my, well, I'm just going to skip all these steps. When you do yours, you can go in and look at all of them, but I just want to kind of get on there and kind of look around. Okay, so here we are, and I am on here looking around, and we can see that you can add your skills here. I'm going to skip that for now. I can also add in my schooling if I want. I can continue to build my profile, and that's what all this is. That's what it wants me to do. Any kind of certificates I've got or anything like that. Here I can also view my own profile, and it has me all listed in there. So now I can go home. I don't really want to edit it. Let's just go back to my profile. So because I don't have any friends on here or anything like that, it's going to be kind of hard to do, but I can actually go in and I can follow some people if I want to. I can look for certain kinds of careers that allow me to follow them. I can also go into groups through interests and see if there's any, ooh, I like that one. I'm going to join that group. And then, of course, it's pending, so hopefully they'll get me on there. I do have a pending group now, so they're going to have to get me added. And they teach news literacy, so that was a good find on my part. Connections, I can keep in touch. I can add connections, find alumni. From my profile, I can see who's viewed me, my updates. From jobs to interests, I can do groups, education, slideshows. Now, let's take a look at the upgrade and see what you get. So with the upgrade right now, I am with the free trial premium. So if I selected this, this would allow me to stand out to hiring managers, get in touch with recruiters, and see how you compare to other candidates. So let's see. I get a free month, and after that it costs me $30. This one allows me to promote my business. I can maximize the power of my network, and I can enhance my personal brand, my professional brand. And I can start this free, or I can do it for $60 a month. This one here is unlocking sales. This find leads on accounts in the target market. You can also do customers and prospects. This is an $80 one. Find and hire. This is a great candidate, and it's faster. Who's better for the job? Contact top talent. Build relationships with prospective hires, and that runs you $120 a month. So, right now we're just using the premium version, which is the free trial, and we can always, let's go see what this advanced does. Okay, this advanced allows us to go in and kind of minimize or limit our jobs and people and maybe things that we're looking for. I could do past companies if that's what I want to do, any kind of groups that I may be involved with. I do have to upgrade to have access to multiple groups, so evidently I can only have so many that would be free to me. Any kind of messages I would have, any notifications, and again, any friend requests. So you would see all of these like you did on Facebook. And of course I could always, add my picture. I'm on the basic plan, but I can always upgrade. I can manage my job postings, my language, my privacy, and of course there's a help center. You've also got that information down here where you can get the same information so you can get in contact with LinkedIn. I can push this and it'll take me back to my home page, and that's what this is. And I actually know some of these people, so that's kind of nice. This is kind of like your news feed, like on Facebook. So anytime somebody posts something or some kind of quote of the week or what have you, then this would be an inspirational page for you to go to. So you can see that LinkedIn is very similar to Facebook. It's just laid out a little bit different. This isn't completely free, but you can do some basic things on it for free. I would say definitely encourage you to get on LinkedIn and check it out. Get yourself signed up with an account, add a photo, add your education, and you can start posting resumes and things along those lines. So if you have any questions about LinkedIn, please get in contact with me. If not, I totally encourage you to get on your Google search engine, type in LinkedIn, and just kind of take a look around. Now we're going to talk about Twitter and some basic information about Twitter. You may have heard of microblogs or microblogging and wondered what the phrase meant. Twitter is the most popular microblogging site, one driven by shorts, textual messages, or microblogs. As of the end of 2011, 1 in 10 internet users worldwide engaged with Twitter. It's very close behind LinkedIn. Twitter is the third most popular social network in the United States. Twitter is often used as a place to report, react to, and engage with topics of national and international import, ranging from wars and natural disasters to elections and celebrity events. So what do Twitter users do? What can they do with it? They can find their friends and their family. Adding friends is not a mutual relationship. They do not have to accept you as a friend for you to be able to follow them. You can find and follow companies, entertainers, politicians, and more. You can create a short bio about 1 sentence in length. Share links to anything on the web. You can use privacy settings to control what information is shared with whom. You can track trending topics, the most popular topics of conversation on Twitter. You can search for what all Twitter users are saying about a certain phrase, whether it is trending, very popular, or not. So these are all the things that you can do with Twitter. Typically they're about 140 characters long. You can't just sit there and do an extensive amount of typing, but you can get your word out there. This is where your hashtags would come in, and things along those lines. So if you haven't had time to take a look at Twitter, we're going to do it here in this class, but it would be a fantastic way for you to kind of get yourself familiar with Twitter. Some basic vocabulary that goes along with Twitter, and I've got them here for you. A tweet, that is a short 140 character message Twitter uses broadcast in their contacts. A twit, a tweeple, a tweeps, those are nicknames for people who use Twitter. To retweet is a way to share another user's tweet with your own followers. @message is a way to mention or publicly message another Twitter individual. DM direct message is a way to privately message another Twitter individual. Those hashtags, those are donated by a hashtag in front of a word. Hashtags are a way to link your tweet to an index of tweets on related topics. For an example, hashtag NYC, hashtag reading, hashtag World Cup, hashtag GOP, etc. You can unfollow. This is when someone decides to remove a Twitter contact. You can have favorites. If you like a tweet, then you can favorite, and it will show up on your favorites list on your profile. The person who tweets you like will also be notified. So you've got lists and listed. This is a way to organize the accounts you're following into categories. If you make your lists public, other people can follow them. You have trends. This is a list of the top 10 phrases used on Twitter at any given moment. Microblogging is the act of broadcasting short, in-the-moment textual messages sent via platforms like Twitter. So Twitter is a microblogger, and it makes it that way because it's short, to the minute, to the point, messages to other followers. So now we're going to take a look at Twitter. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at Twitter, and we are actually going to get ourselves logged in. If you don't have one, then you would go to Get Started, and here's where you can put your name, any kind of email that you have associated with you, and a password that you'd like to use. I do have a Twitter account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in to my Twitter account. Okay, and hopefully again there's nothing that should not be on here, but you can see here that I'm going to resend that confirmation. Okay, so here we can see that these are all the links that I'm following. I have my picture here. Maybe I want to send a tweet. This is where I would send one. I can add a photo to it. I can only do 140 characters. Maybe I want to search Twitter for someone. My daughter, here she is, so I could begin to see what she's doing, or I could, and it says I'm following her already. I could send her a message, I could tweet her, and so on. Here I have notifications. So it's telling me about my notifications in here. I can go home. And this is my information, so maybe I want to check out my stuff. Here I am. And here is the tweets that I've sent. And you can tell that I haven't been on here. Any tweets or replies that I might have. People that I'm following will be listed here. Any followers I have that might be following me. I can also edit my profile. I can add a header picture if I want to. Maybe I can find myself a picture in here. Let's see what we can find. And I can reposition it. Oh, I'm going to cancel that one. Let's try a different one. How about we do... I don't like that one either. We'll just go back to the original one that I had chosen here. Alright, so I'm just going to click on this one and independent consultant. That works. Okay, so I've applied that, so now I have it. Woo, I can make it bigger, smaller. Very good. Okay, so now this is my page. I'm going to save my changes. I'm done editing my profile. So I can actually, it says I've been joined. So you kind of get the idea. So here I'm able to send a new message to whoever I want. I can mark my messages as read. I can go in here and get some keyboard shortcuts, and this tells me some interesting information about Twitter. Typically, you wouldn't really do Twitter from your computer. I mean, you could, but you would download this and you would do it through your iDevice or your Android or whatever type of phone that you may have. It wants me to confirm myself. So here's the popular trends that are going on right now. And I can go in and I can change those. Any suggestions of who I might want to follow are going to be over here. I follow the library, so they have a lot of posts on there about what's going on with the library and anything associated with them. I haven't been on here for a while, so. But you get the idea of how Twitter kind of works. It's just a very, very basic, and you can always go here if you want to know more about the confirmation of your email when they send it, and they've also got some major questions. You can do the mobile apps, the Discover, Notifications, Me, and Welcome to Twitter. Welcome to Twitter gives you tons and tons of information to help you understand how to use Twitter a little bit better. So hopefully by watching this, you've got a better idea of what Twitter is and how you can use it a little better. Why don't you go ahead right now, and if you have just a regular computer, go ahead and just type in Twitter in your search engine. Get in there. If you don't have an account, go ahead and create yourself a one. If you don't want to, you can just kind of go through and look at what you can on there. And if you have a smartphone, I'd encourage go ahead and download Twitter, and you can create an account from there as well. But just kind of get yourself familiar with Twitter. Another really popular social media group or social media site is YouTube. Some basic information about YouTube. YouTube is one of the world's top most visited sites. YouTube also has social networking functions, meaning you do not have to be a filmmaker, amateur, or otherwise to join the community. Users can find and subscribe to YouTube channels from companies or individuals and add friends whether they've personally made videos or not. Users can also create playlists of their favorite videos on the site and create profiles. More than 800 million unique users visit YouTube each month. Over 3 billion hours of YouTube videos are watched each month. More than 100 million people engage with YouTube videos every week by liking, sharing, and commenting on a video. What does this mean for YouTube businesses? It means that you can upload and host videos for free, respond to comments about your videos, get free analytics about your videos, which is kind of like your demographics, how many people have viewed them and such. You can find and engage with videos about your library, perhaps uploaded by visitors, partner organizations, program presenters, and more. So, I've got a really cool video here that I kind of like you to see that is about YouTube and the top 5 things that you can do with it and things along those lines. So enjoy the video, and then we're going to take a look at YouTube as a site. All right, so now that video was really fun, wasn't it? So now we're going to look at YouTube as a site. I use YouTube on a regular basis here at the library for my streamed classes. So I'm going to actually take you into there where you can kind of see behind the scenes of the stream classes that I do here at the library like you're watching right now. First off, you definitely want to get to your Google or your Yahoo or whatever your search engine is that you're using. A lot of people don't know this, but YouTube is actually a form of Google. Google has created YouTube, and they actually own the rights to YouTube. So being able, if you have a Gmail account, it's completely beneficial to you because you can actually log into YouTube and create your own channel. And I'm going to show you all about that. So right now I'm on my search engine. So I'm just going to type in YouTube, and I'm going to click on YouTube. And now I'm in the interface of YouTube. So if I don't have a Gmail or anything or a channel that I've created, these are the best of YouTube, all of these items here. So you could go in and do what's popular, music, sports, and things along those lines. But you can also just search for what you're looking for. So if I'm looking for Taylor Swift blank space, I can just look for it, and these are all the ones that are affiliated with Taylor Swift and that song. But what I want to do is I want to sign into my account for you. And we're going to use that one. And this will kind of give you an idea of what a channel is like. So now you can see that it's all kind of changed up for me. Over here I have my subscriptions, my history. These are subscriptions that I subscribe to. I like some of their stuff. But this is my channel. So on my channel you can see that I have 29 subscribers. I've had lots and lots of views of my videos, and I can actually go into my video manager, and from here I'm actually able to see all the stream classes that I have listed here. Here's those analytics that I was telling you about, and this tells me how many views that I've had for the last 28 days, and I actually need to change this up a little bit. So it shows you all of my views that I've had, and so forth and so on. Even not only that, but it also tells me the demographics, where these people are located that are actually looking at my stuff. I just push on my YouTube tab and it's going to take me back to my home. Anytime we see 3 lines or 3 dots, that means there's a menu. And that's our menu option here. So if I push that, it goes away. If I push it back, it comes back. So by subscribing to a channel, the way that works is, and I'm going to go ahead and sign myself out. Let's say that I really like this. I could subscribe. I'm just going to pause that. Nobody really wants to hear that song anyway, right? It's kind of getting old. Anyway, it also tells you how many hits you've had on that particular site. This one's had 6 million, which doesn't surprise me. Here I can actually subscribe. And then it's going to take me to where I can actually log into an account that I can subscribe it to. I've decided I don't want to do that, so we're not going to do that. But that is how you would do it. If you had a Gmail, you would be able to log in, or some type of an account. You could log in, and then it would give you access to that. Being able to upload a video, like when I'm done with this one, and I need to log back into my account. When I'm done with this social media class here, I'm going to be able to upload it. So here I would just push my upload, and I could go into the file that actually has all my stream classes in it that I've actually converted into videos to get me ready, because they do have to be videos in order for them to be able to put on there. So I've converted all these into videos from my PowerPoint, and then I'm able to upload them. Let's go back to my channel. So you can see here where I'm able to load, I'm able to put notifications on here about upcoming contests, events. If I do this, this little thing here pops up. It shows me my videos, my playlist if I had one, any channels I'm following, any discussions that may be going on that I'm not sure about, or just about me in general. Up here I do have a link to the library, so if I push on that, it redirects you to the library, so you're actually able to get in here and get back to where those classes are that you can, there we go, where you can watch the stream classes. So I do have a link here for that, and I also have
the Facebook link that takes you to Tech Talk, so you're actually able to add yourself to the group. And right now I have 194 members, which is kind of nice. I'm excited about that one. Didn't realize my numbers had gone up so high, so ooh for me. But anyways, so here I can, and actually I need to do my, every week I post a techie tip of the week. And for this one, it was keyboard shortcuts, and I haven't done it this week, so I will probably get that done before I head out today. So I can close that out. Here I'm able to edit if I want to, and things along those lines. So YouTube, very basic, very easy to maneuver around. There's anything you want to learn how to do, refer to your YouTube. You want to learn how to make some chocolate chip cookies? How about even better than that? How about Amish chocolate chip cookies? All right, typing it in, see what we get. Okay, so now I've got tons of, here's 65 tried and true traditional Amish recipes and so forth. So anything I want to do. I'm working on my Dodge. Let's say you've got a Dodge Charger starter replacement. Boom. Now I've got tons of videos showing me how to replace a starter in my Dodge Charger. Alright, so anything you want to learn how to do, YouTube is the place to be. Don't forget, you can create your own channels. You can subscribe to channels. You can put stuff up on here to watch later. You can log in. You don't have to log in. Whatever you want to do, it's all up to you. So this is all about YouTube. I highly recommend that you go ahead and get on email or get on the internet right now and get yourself on YouTube so you can start to explore it. You're going to love it. I promise you, it's going to make life 10 times easier for you.
Alright, so last but not least, we're going to talk about Tumblr. We're not talking about Instagram or the other ones in this class, but if you need any assistance with that, just get in contact with me and I'd be more than happy to assist you with that. Tumblr is another really popular kind of social media site that's being used. It's a part website, blog, publishing tool. It's part online community. Tumblr is the 5th most popular social network in the United States, just after MySpace. Tumblr is what is called a social blogging site. This means what it sounds like. A blog post may originate from one author, but it can be shared over and over again across the Tumblr community with new perspectives layered on with the new with each new share. Tumblr blogs are versatile. They can be standalone images, videos, audio files, quotes, text-heavy posts, or a means of sharing links. To join Tumblr, every member must create a Tumblr website, but you don't have to know HTML or other web languages to build your site. You can choose from one of many free templates. If you know web languages, you can create your own customized site or make tweaks to the existing templates. So what do Tumblr users do with this? Well, I mean, what they're doing. They're creating their own websites or blogs for free. They're sharing photos, videos, audio files, texts, quotes, and links. They're finding and following blogs and websites. They're tracking blog topics by keywords such as dog photos, immigration news, Republican primary, etc. You can like or share or reblog what others have posted on Tumblr. You can ask and answer questions, and you can send private messages. So this is all about Tumblr, some basic information and what you can do with it and what followers are doing with it. So now let's take a look at it.
Alright, so let's take a look at Tumblr, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have never used Tumblr before, so I'm just going into my search engine and I'm going to sign up, so it's going to be a whole new experience for me also, and I'm kind of excited about it because I do like creating web pages and so forth. So I want to sign up. Let's see here. Oh, actually I think that was the sign up. Okay. So let me get out of here. Alright, so my email, I am going to go ahead and use, no I'm not. I'll just use my personal email. Noisy Suit Task Maker. Okay, so now it's going to create me some kind of a let's see. Let's see. I don't really like any of those. Alright. So, Ultra Lady Jade. Alright, Lady Jade World. Oh my gosh, you know that's what I gotta pick. Alright, so I'm gonna sign up. I am... Why do they gotta ask that? I have read. I'm not a robot. And now it's sending me off to my little thing here. So it's letting me know, welcome to Tumblr. I can follow 5 blogs to get started. So I can look through here and find some blogs that might be of interest to me, and I can add them. Although I don't really see a whole lot here that is interest. I like art, so we'll go with that. I can search Tumblr. It wants me to pick 4 more. Alright, so we'll go with that one, and that one. So, oh, 1 more. Alright, let's go with that one. Alright, so now I can go to see it, and it's going to show me all the posts that are related to those 5 items that I just chose. So here we can see anything that's related to what I just did. So I can add a link, I can add a quote, add a photo. I can text something if I want to. I can add a video, an audio. I can edit my appearance by adding, okay, maybe I don't want to show my avatar, maybe I do, maybe I want it to be a circle. Alright, in my background, I want as green, and I'm going to save that. Okay, so now I can come back over here, and it has changed my stuff for me. So from here, I can actually unfollow this if it ends up being something I don't want to be following. We kind of get the idea, though. Wants me to verify my email, so I'm not sure how. We're pretty limited, but let's say I want to add a link, so I could paste it in there. A quote, I can paste it in there. Maybe I know these people. Okay, so in here I can actually let people ask me questions, allow replies from people that I follow. I can share it on Facebook, I can share it on Twitter. Here I've got send some fan mail. This takes me back to the trend. This is kind of like your news feed. From here I've got other options I can do. Maybe I want to go back to the home page, and that's my feed here. Maybe I've got some oops. How many likes? I don't have any because I just started. This is telling me who I'm following, so I can decide whether I want to unfollow them or not. I think you kind of get the idea. A lot of this is just process and error. So if you go in and you start messing around with it, you're gonna get the hang of it. So if I'm looking for a celebrity, let's say I'm looking for Bradley Cooper, and it's searching Bradley Cooper, and then it comes on, and now this is everything affiliated with Bradley Cooper. So maybe I want to follow him. So now I'm a follower. Anything he posts I'm going to get, things along those lines. Okay? So this is all about Tumblr and how to get yourself into Tumblr and how to create an account and what it does and so forth and so on. Hopefully you've got some time that you can go in and just kind of play around with Tumblr. It is an app that you can download onto your digital devices. So just take advantage of learning some of these social media sites. That's the whole point.
Alright, so this class has been really fun. The last thing I want to talk to you about are the 10 meaningful ways to use social media. First off, you need to know your intentions. Doug Fireball of socialmediablogster.com has identified 7 psychological needs we may be looking to meet when we log on: acknowledgement, attention, approval, appreciation, acclaim, assurance, and inclusion. Before you post, ask yourself, am I looking to be seen or validated? Is there something more constructive I could do to meet that need? So that's all about understanding and knowing your intentions of what you're going to do with your social media. Be your authentic self. In the age of personal branding, most of us have a persona we'd like to develop or maintain. Ego-driven tweets focus on an agenda. Authenticity communicates from the heart. Talk about things that really matter to you. If you need advice or support, ask for it. It's easier to be present when you're being true to yourself. So, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If you propose to tweet, always ask yourself those questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Sometimes we post thoughts without considering how they might impact our entire audience. It's easy to forget how many friends are reading. 200 people make a crowd in person, but online that number can seem insignificant. Before you share, ask yourself, is there anyone this might harm? So the next one is offer random tweets of kindness. Every now and then I ask on Twitter, is there anything I can do to help or support you today? It's a simple way to use social media to give without explanations of anything in return. By reaching out to help a stranger, you create the possibility of connecting personally with followers you may have otherwise known only as acquaintances. So make sure that you're offering random tweets of kindness. This will go a long way. Experience now, share later. It's common to snap a picture with your phone and upload it to Facebook or email it to a friend. This overlaps the experience of being in a moment and sharing it. It also minimizes intimacy since your entire audience joins your date or gathering in real time. Just as we aim to reduce our internal monologues to be present, we can do the same with our digital narration. So there you go. Be active, not reactive. You may receive email updates whenever there is activity on one of your social media accounts, or you might have your cell phone set up to give you these types of alerts. This forces you to decide many times throughout the day whether you want or need to respond. Another approach is to choose when to join the conversation and to use your offline time to decide what value you have to offer. So that is all about being active, not reactive. Respond with your full attention. People often share links without actually reading them or comment on posts after only scanning them. If the greatest gift we can give someone is our attention, then social media allows us to be endlessly generous. We may not be able to reply to everyone, but responding thoughtfully when we can makes a difference. Use mobile social media sparingly. In 2009, Pew Research found that 43% of cell phone users access the web on their devices several times a day. It's what former Microsoft employee Linda Stone refers to as continuous partial attention, when you frequently sign on to be sure you don't miss out on anything. If you choose to limit your cell phone access, you may miss out online, but you won't miss what's in front of you. Practice letting go. It may feel unkind to disregard certain updates or tweets, but we need to downtime to be kind to ourselves. Give yourself permission to let yesterday's stream go. This way you won't need to catch up on updates that have passed, but instead can be a part of today's conversation. And most of all, enjoy social media. There are merely suggestions to feel present and purposeful when utilizing social media, but they aren't hard and fast rules. Follow your own instincts and have fun with it. You're mindful when you're disconnected. If you are mindful when you're disconnected from technology, you have all the tools you need to be mindful when you go online. And this is all came from us from tricycle.com, and it's all about 10 mindful ways to use social media. So that is it. This is the end of the class. You have made it through it. Congratulations to you. Make sure that you listen for that secret code that I've put inside this class so you can be on your way to some prizes and some other things. But that's it. You made it through it. It's all over. Congratulations. Thank you for being a part of it. And in the next slide, I'm just gonna congratulate you even more. So thanks for being a part of the Social Media Basics class. Well, thank you for being a part of Social Media Basics. It's all over. You made it through it. Take a deep breath, relax, you're done, and you're a social media pro. You just are. You know you are. One-on-one appointments are available for free. Don't forget about that. Just give me a call here at the library. Get you set up on that. Don't forget about the computer class pass that's inside of this class. And definitely be looking for more of the stream classes. Hey, and if you don't know this, coming June 2015, we have a mobile technology lab that's going to be headed out into our community. So let your boss know, let your boss's boss know. If you need any assistance or help within the workplace, that's what we're here for. Just give me a call and we can get you all set up on that. But for now, take a deep breath. You're all done. It's all over. And thank you for being a part of Social Media Basics. If you're a part of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program, your secret code is Social Me, Social You. Everyone's social. So give me that code and I will get you down for taking the class. I want to thank the following websites for their information, pictures, and illustrations. Without these websites, we would not have been able to have this class today. So thank you to them.